As well. Well, first off, thank each and every one of you for getting on. God is good, right? And all the time, usually just not on our time. So I can confidently say, which I'll share a little testimony. In December, I woke up and, December is a slow month for network marketing in general. And God told me that morning very clearly that 2026 will be the year of victory for this team. And, I believe God, but sometimes I don't see it. And I'm like, okay, well, it's been kind of a grind, and December's kind of slow. And I was like, okay. So I put it out to the team because God told me to our leadership. And then what happens? First week of January, surprise. And then God reminded me. He said, son, I knew what was to come. And this should build people's faith. Why do I tell you this story? Because I quite honestly, sometimes when God speaks to me, I'm like, okay, yes, God, I'll do it. I'll obey. I'll listen, but don't really see it. And but he always comes through. And I shared that message. Probably a lot of them didn't believe me either. So, but why do I tell you? What's the significance of the story? I did not know there was a new product coming out when God told me that. So it's easy to believe that now, right? As we seen last week, this team did over $400,000 in revenue for this company, which is a huge blessing. So what I always have learned about God, he moves slowly and then suddenly, and his sudden is something you don't have to really. It's really not hard. A lot of the actions we do ourselves is hard. When God moves suddenly, it's not hard. And I say all that. We had a wonderful week. If you've had a lot of fun and excitement in the last week, share it in the comments because it's been fun. I mean, if you've seen how many people came on this team in a week, I think upwards of what Nikki told me, over 800 people. So that's pretty exciting. But that's just the beginning of the victory season. And when you have something exciting, what does it do? The psychological benefit of excitement, I believe, in the profession gets people to not focus on the fear part. They don't focus on the hard. They don't focus on the reaching out. Guess what? They're focused on the excitement. And the excitement gets them past their fear long enough to get what? Success. And when people are really excited, what do? They share it with what? Passion, emotion, and joy and all the things. Well, in this world, people are what? Attracted to that. And what does excitement do? Excitement breeds speed because when a lot of people get excited in an organization, that creates speed. You can't create momentum. We always hear, hey, you can go out and create momentum. I don't think one person in the profession can create momentum by themselves, right? It's about going out and helping a large group of people. And then when you get a large group of people doing the same thing and they're all excited, that speed turns into momentum, right? When you're on a really good team and they really love people and they're unselfish, they're going to go out and serve people. They're going to go out and love people, regardless of where they're at, where they're from, if they're just starting and never had a network marketing experience. But also, what does a really good team in this profession do to create even more excitement, which equals momentum? They pour gas on the excitement. And this creates a massive wave. And that's what we're looking at in 2026. So thank God for Daniel. If you don't know Daniel, he has a genius brain. He always leans on the time. This is what I told him today. You lean on the side of safety because his brain is so high functioning. And this time he didn't lean on safety. Not saying we have something that's not safe. But what I'm saying is he didn't stay in that same gap of what everybody's doing, what everybody's taking. He went out and really got a game changer. So if you're new to this team, and also this Zoom, and don't know who I am. My name's Ricky, by the way. And I started this crazy profession 10 years ago. And the reason why I say it's crazy because I have to deal with people like Chris Hardy, Colleen Liskey, and a number of other people. But then the good side of it, you get to deal with Jen Hardys, the Annalisas, the Teresa Stokers, the Vicky Martins, the Angie Reeves, the D. I'm just kidding. No, the crazy part is you go into it very scared. And then as you gain some belief, that turns into confidence. And when you have confidence long enough, you attract people that absolutely 100% bless you more than the income. It'll give back to you more than you could ever give to it if you stick and stay long enough. The pay is what the desperation usually is why you're in it. You're desperate to get to the pay because it's some sort of freedom. We're all free will creatures. We're all looking for some kind of freedom. It does in different categories, but mostly the same. And with that, you think you get started for one reason, but then that reason changes and then it becomes purpose driven about helping other people. And what is beautiful about it is the experiences and the impact that you get to make in people's lives. There is really no words that can describe what you see people become, what they grow to become in this profession, but also how they start growing other people. I mean, there's many network marketers now in this team. Sean Nally, you got Chris and Jennifer. I'm looking at you have Colleen Aliski, you have Angie Reed, Annalise. I mean, there's so much D. This is the first screen I'm on. This is experience in the profession. They understand what I'm saying. So I'm really speaking to the new people. First off, you're in a safe place. This is a beautiful team. We prayed for this team. We prayed for these leaders here. We prayed for people that would be selfless. And God said 2.5 years ago, for such a time as this, I'm going to bring the right people so you can have the right people around the people that come in this profession so they can be safe for their family. They can be safe for their friends. They can be in a loving and serving environment. I haven't seen one selfish person build this profession long and sustainable. They either self-detonate or they ruin an organization. What we pray here for is that your friends, your family, the people you know are in a safe place. Now, when we marry that to something exciting, then we go back to what I started with, victory. And then as we look forward next week, we go in the next level. This, I believe, is the best of the year. This is not a sales pitch. It's not because Ricky and Francois puts it on. You know, I used to sit in church a lot as my dad's a pastor. And the profound thing for me, they always tell you what the scripture says, what you should do. But I always felt like the missing link to get change into people is helping people with the how part. Okay, this is what I'm supposed to do, but how do I do it, right? And a lot of times in this profession and in life, people tell you what to do, but never gives you the steps how to do. And that, therefore, nothing changes because you're not equipped to follow any kind of steps or put in place habits that'll change you or your current situation. So what I feel that we go on the next level every year to give people the how part, not just yeah, there'll be inspiration, there'll be crying, there'll be all the things that is normal. But at our events, what we try to do is we try to equip people with the how part. How, I was talking to Jennifer today. How do people get a C and a D in school? They follow a certain way to get the C and D, right? If someone followed a way to get A and B, they would get A's and B, right? So it's the same thing in success. It's the same thing in this profession. If you're taught the how part and people that are loving, kind, and serving help you with that how, you're going to have the same results, that A and B that you'd have in school. So next level is February 7th. It's also a family reunion for a lot of us. There's trophies involved, which is pretty awesome. Chris is 10th place this year, so he won't be up there. And Jennifer will take the trophy from him for the most growth award. Just kidding. So there'll be trophies involved. There'll be a lot of excitement, and there'll also be a lot of love, and there'll also be a lot of how. So if you can get to Jacksonville, it's once a year. That's why my wife is not on tonight. She is very, very deep into doing the PowerPoint, the trophies, and all the things. And she really goes over the top to make sure this event is phenomenal. So she told me to tell you guys she loves you. And with all that, I want to start and set the stage before we get into the part of the training that I have planned. I saw a video today, and God told me to share this first. I think I have to take my earphones off. Hold on for y'all to hear it. All right, here we go.
Chris, give me a heads up if you can hear this when it starts. Heads up or finger, whatever. Sorry. Here we go. Um,
When opportunity comes, it's too late to prepare. What if? If you have a dream, can we help you make it happen? This is a deep question. I don't know. You're young. This is the time to think about your dream. You don't have massive commitments and costs and responsibilities. So, and the last video got 47 million views. There's a chance that your dream can come alive right now if you had it. To be a singer. Sing. I'm not. There's no way. No. This is how you make it happen. No, I can't. Yeah. If I could sing, I'd sing for you. The train can wait. There'll be another one in 5 minutes. There's not. The one after that's ages. I'll pay for you to go home in an Uber. Way home? Yeah. No, that would be too much. So you're making excuses though for the transport. Don't make the transport. I'll give you the money right now to go in an Uber. Where do you live? Six. No problem. I'll pay for you to go to an Uber. All you have to do is sing. I'm going to pay for you to make your dream happen. Just keep in mind that you're making an excuse for not doing it, right? That's okay. But just don't let that happen very often because there won't be that many lucky moments. Right? Luck is a very important part of being successful. You're meant to be a singer. Sing. When opportunity comes, it's too late to prepare. What if someone came up to you tonight and said, I want to pay off all of your debt only if you can tell me exactly how much you owe? Are you ready? What if a book publisher came up to you tonight and we've had a cancellation, we're in a crunch, we're ready for a manuscript, send me yours right now? Are you ready? Have you written the book? Is it ready to go? When God sees you preparing, you know what that is? It's faith. When you prepare for something that isn't even happening, it's faith. You're showing God you trust him so much you're going to start preparing. And do you know how important faith is to God? Bible says that God scours the whole earth, not looking for money, looking for faith. It is impossible to please God without faith.
Sorry. So, very impactful video. I mean, 2 minutes can put a lot of things in perspective. One thing that from when I watched this, what if the guy holding the microphone was a producer? Like all she thought about was where she had to go, what was holding her back, and also fear. Every single person on here now has an opportunity that's massive in 2026. And usually the fear in this profession without the right leadership and the right hearts, a lot of people have to do it by themselves. So the fear is they're having to face something alone. Yes, so there'll be parts of this profession you're going to have to do alone. But on the sharing side, if you need help and you want help, you're going to have leadership that's going to help you share the information. But the thing about that's profound about that video, she didn't even know who's holding the microphone. It could have literally changed her life. That was her dream. All of you on here tonight, God's place gifts, talents, and abilities and dreams inside of you. It's up to you to pursue the opportunity. And for such a time as this, you've been put and placed in this time, this company, and also on this earth to do amazing things. I haven't seen anyone that chases an opportunity with faith not have success. But not only that, in this profession, become someone they weren't before. It literally changes the fabric of who you are because as you grow and you become more, you have to become more to grow other people. So we have an opportunity right now as a team to go out and build something massive. The excitement is high. It's wonderful, right? And now, thank God, you have 11 more months of this year to chase an opportunity. Every single one of us. The comp plan doesn't say, Ricky, you're a high school dropout. It doesn't say, Chris is bald. It doesn't say, Annalisa's from Canada. It doesn't say any of this stuff. It says, you go out and chase the opportunity. You're paid very well, residual passive income, right? There's many people that's earned millions of dollars on this Zoom tonight. You're saying, well, that's not me. Well, that's proof. That should build your faith. One of the biggest things that built my belief in this profession that I could do it, I went out and watched on YouTube every $1 million interview from Eric Worre so I could get perspective. like, I think there's learning, there's how, and then there's perspective. For me to gain perspective, where these people came from, what they had to go through, but also what happened. I learned, okay, these people are normal people like me, going back to the comp plan, normal people that chased the opportunity, got paid very well in the compensation plan. So we all have an opportunity. And now with that, you have tremendous leadership on this team. And God is so good. When I look back at this journey, he placed and he took all of us through a process to be able to handle what's in front of us now, but also put a group together in the right time for such a time as this, to handle and to do it the right way. And that's my heart. I don't want to get a bunch of people hurt in this profession. I want them to be surrounded by wonderful people. And tonight, there's some more wonderful people. Angie Reed, who's had tremendous last week and success in the profession, is going to share. Hold on, let me fix the view. Let me see, spotlight. And there we go. All right, asked to mute. Can you hear me, Angie?
Yes, I can.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Angie Reed is had immense amount of success in the profession. She was in our leadership retreat, and that's another thing I kind of skipped over. But in October, we're going to go back, and we rented a beautiful home, and it's even bigger, better than the last one, which is kind of hard to do. But Angie shared her story there that touched a lot of people, and she was 100,000 women. I said 1,000,000. And, it's probably like me in December. I couldn't really see it, but I think she could see it now. She's going to go out and impact 1,000,000 women's lives from this profession. But, with her experience, I guess that's the first question. How long, Angie, have you been in the profession?
I've been in the profession about 5 years now.
5 years.
Mhm.
And, I guess there's two-pronged question. One, what was your quick leadership retreat kind of breakthrough? How much did it impact you? But on the flip side of that, as you see what we've transitioned into the new year, and the reason why I thought it was good is to bring you on is because of the voice text that I received from you that was so powerful, but it was filled with so much excitement, joy, hope, all the things. So I really want you to share with them what you've seen in this last week from GLP-3.
Oh, it has been just absolutely incredible. And, Ricky, it's hard to go after you because you kind of say everything that I want to say. And I think we all feel it, right? It was that then suddenly moment, exactly what it is. Anybody who's been in this industry, anybody who's built a business, there's a period of time where you work and pray and work and pray and work and pray and work and pray. And your bank account doesn't change much, but your work is just constant. And you just work and pray and work and pray. And then suddenly. And that's exactly it. I was away that weekend celebrating my 25th wedding anniversary. And Sunday morning, I'm getting up in bed. Went and watched the Leaf game, won 5-0. Just going to throw that out there for the Leafs. But we were, getting up the next morning and my phone is just blowing up. So I look and it's my team chat. And okay, what's going on? I'm thinking, so I read it all. I quickly educate myself on what's happened, what's dropped, what's going on, and catch up on the messages. And I just turn to my husband and I say, this is it. This is my then suddenly. This is it. This is now. Mm-hmm. And he says, what do you mean? I said, team's blown out. We got the right products. We got the right energy. This is it. This is the then suddenly. And he said, I'll see you in 3 months. So, and that's pretty much the way it's been. So, Ricky, you touched on it. A lot of people, get into this industry for the money. And when I first got into this industry, that's exactly what brought me to it. It was the opportunity to make money in the little bit of extra time that I had when I was juggling multiple jobs and children. And it allowed me to create a significant income. But what grew in that time was me, right? Exactly like you say, it completely changes who you are, how you show up in the world, how you see people, how you see opportunity. I tell you, I never say no. I shouldn't say I never say no. I never say no to opportunity. I say no to things that will impede on opportunity. But if it looks like an opportunity in any way, hey, I got something. You want to check it out? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's talk. I'll tell you what I got. Let's share opportunity. So, yeah. So that's when my vision changed. And well, I've carried this idea of 100,000 women worldwide with me since my 20s. And I've always had this little scrap of paper, and I shared it at the leadership retreat. I never knew how or what I was going to do, but I knew that that was on my heart and I was going to impact people that way. So as I got into this industry, suddenly my heart started to change, and I seen it as something that so much greater than money. So now that's where my focus is. And when I see my team light up, that is my North Star, right? That is what I'm looking for. That is my 100 million. This is the start of it. This is God giving me my first little seeds here. And he's saying, go plant these, right? And nurture them. And so when I seen my team blowing up, that was it. Head down, focus, you know, you know, you get the right people. And I am a little picky with who I share with. You get the right people. And the hard part is getting them to see that vision. So when they all are on the same bus, they're all headed to the same place, and they all have that vision, you don't let go. So I have basically, yeah, if I can eat it with one hand and it doesn't require a napkin, that's about the only other thing that's in my hand right now, other than my phone. And outside of that, I just keep pouring on your team. I know their time is short, and I'm a leader, and I'm willing to sacrifice my time to see their growth. So I'm going to make sure every day I'm checking in. Every day they have goals. Every day they have next steps. They're never feeling stuck. Have you done this? Have you done that? Have you done this? No. Do you need scripts for all that? There's a separate chat all created. Go check it out. Get to your goals. Handing out the social media stuff, you know, just providing all that. Now, I don't normally do all of that, but this is a time where you go all in. So you give it your all. So anything that could hold them up, I don't want them stuck trying to figure out what to post, or stuck trying to figure out Instagram slides. I want them in DMs. I want them having conversations. I want them building relationships. I want them sharing what we have. So I just try to pour on everything they're building, give them what they need, give them tons of love, attack the devil before he shows up by telling them he's going to show up. Be ready. Be ready. He starts questioning you. Stop that thought right away and ask yourself, is this true? Is it fueling my dream, or is it impeding me? And if you answer those questions, you already have your answer. Tell him to get behind you. This is not this. He's got no room here. And just keep focused, because you've got bigger things. You're serving God.
So good. What would you say GLP-3 in your 5 years experience? How big do you see GLP being for the people that are in the business, but also for 3 International?
Incredible. I don't see this stopping. I know we have this $1 promo, which is absolutely incredible, but the bottom line is people care more about the way they look than the way they feel. And this is going to give them that visual that everybody's chasing, and people will pay big money for that. So the fact that we've got something that's affordable, that's going to give them that result, it's going to build the trust, it's going to automatically give you an open door. You just need to get in there and build that relationship in the time that they're getting that experience, and don't stop. Like, this is such a beautiful, it's the key, you know, the door's all there. You just got the key. Now you just got to keep walking up and putting that key in the hole. Keep having those conversations. Keep telling people about this. I mean, it's absolutely, I know everybody here, if you put up a post, how many times have you put up a post and just had your DMs blowing up? I had 86 messages the first time I posted. Wow. I know.
So when people are sitting here and they're thinking of that how part I talked about, okay, Angie's team's blowing up. She's having a lot of people join. How do you have them sharing it? Is it social media only, or are you having them to reach out to people? You know, what are the ways that you're having them, you know, how are they reaching out to people?
For sure. Yes, absolutely. Posting, yes, they're on their socials,
Mhm.
but also reaching out to people who you've shared the business with before, reaching out to people who you've tried to get on a call, who maybe never got on a call, reaching out to people who have been in the business before, but maybe they slipped away. I mean, this is a new start for them. This is everybody, and just making sure that they have ideas. They can tweak it to their person, but they have entries. So like I said, having that every day. Have you reached out to this person? Have you reached out to the people who liked your stories? Have you reached out to the people who liked your post? Have you reached out to the people who you've talked to the business with before? Have you reached out to the past BAs who may have slipped away? Have you reached out to the everybody? Just absolutely. Have you reached out to the people who are interested in our products for the reason of weight loss, but we don't actually advertise it as weight loss. We advertise it as wellness. So, now we can come back to them and say, hey, got a really great way for you to enter in here and, you know, share the opportunities. So then I just make sure that they have scripts they're ready to kind of look at and play with for each one of those things. Jump in, encourage them, and be open. I mean, I'm really quick to respond right now. I'm really, really quick to respond. There's very
Sense of
little wait
urgency,
time.
right?
Yes, sense of urgency.
Well,
That's exactly it.
well, I mean, if anyone's watching, anyone here that's watching can tell that the energy is contagious, right? If you could tell Angie's excited, and excitement breeds momentum. So, Angie, what I love about you is your genuineness, how genuine you are. When you were in Tennessee, immediately you were friends with everybody. Everybody loved you, and you fit right into what we prayed for, and many people in this business want. So thank you for getting on tonight and sharing your point of view from this GLP launch. Thank you.
Thank you.
So as we go in, I just want to tell you a story really quick before we go to the next person. I was on the phone with Marta. She's like second in command at 3, and right before the Zoom, and I asked her, hey Marta, you took the product for a long time before it, for a while before it launched. What's your feedback? And she goes, well, what's interesting is, yes, I've lost weight, but I'll go a whole day without eating. And I was like, it works that good? She goes, yes, I'm eating crackers and cheese. And, but she said, the most interesting part, my biggest cravings that I crave has went away. She said, my vice is Chick-fil-A. I wanted it like every day before this. And she said, I haven't had Chick-fil-A since I started taking the product. Now, this is a person that's not a distributor. Okay. And so she's losing weight, but her cravings for the heavy things have totally went away. This is like groundbreaking because you can't find an all natural that can do this. I mean, Sean and Allie tried it the first day. She wasn't hungry in the afternoon, and she is a huge product person. So, this is story. Now, why do I tell you this story? Yes, build your belief, but there will be a second and third and 10th wave coming when people get these products in their body, and they're not just posting GLP, but they're posting, oh my gosh, the results. Oh my gosh, what it's doing. And from the people that I'm talking to, I actually go out and try to talk to people like Allie, like Marta, like Lauren Richards. I mean, Lauren will not get excited about a product doesn't work, she doesn't like. And Lauren's made millions in the profession. She did a post today to share with you guys her perspective. And Lauren in our last company was leading our whole team in growth. She made millions at a very young age. And she said, Ricky, it works. The 100% works the first time I used it. And she lost 3 pounds in a week, and she didn't even have that much supply because her and Jared were using it. So the product flat out works. Now, why is this a big deal? You can refer, I mean, people go take semaglutide, Ozempic, whatever. I referred like about, I don't know, 30 or more people to a physician assistant here in Jacksonville. I didn't get paid anything. That 30 people has grown to over 5,000 people for him. Okay. Well, they're paying like $350 a month with muscle wasting, bone loss, hair falling out, Some of them look like a skeleton, don't look very healthy to me. The face sunk in, they start to look really bad. But and what I don't like is the nauseous that they tell they're nauseous when they first take it for days. They have no energy. So, okay, why do I tell you that part? Because think about this. If a product works like this does, which it does, you can refer people to shop online through three, and you can what? You can build a business, a residual income. You're not sending them to a doctor. They're not paying a copay. They're not having to leave their house. But also you get compensated on a $54 billion industry. This is massive, massive, and it's natural and it's cost effective. Wendy, who my wife and I were honored and blessed to be able to bring in this business the last week. She's made millions in the profession. She was sitting out, didn't want anything back to do network marketing. She averaged 60,000 a week, a month in the profession for a long time. And when she made her millions was weight loss. She said, Ricky, if a weight loss product works, it goes insane. And she said, here's why I joined. And she contacted me. Okay. So think about that. Wendy said, I researched everywhere. Amazon, I couldn't find a natural GLP product like this. I couldn't find one out there that was patented. And the number one thing, the price point. She said, with my experience, I'm getting back in network marketing. This is going to be massive. So the story side of the product, and then from the side of the network marketers like Sean, Allie, that's what I see on my screen, Rob and Danielle in Canada, they signed up 30 people in a week. That's telling you what's to come. And why am I going over this? Because I want you to know that the time is here for you, not for me, that you can make a life changing opportunity, something happens in your life, right? And thank God for what is happening on this team. Let me go to the next person. Let's bring on any, mini, miny, Mo. All right. D, how are you? You got to unmute.
I'm good. How are you?
How are you, my Canadian friend?
Well,
So,
not.
if you guys don't know, D is a sponsored machine. She is just what the epitome of this profession is. She literally leads by example, usually top three in recruiting since she's been in here. But also, even her husband's texting me, telling me that she's not eating food. She's on her phone all day, super excited. But also, she's a huge part of Bill and Danielle's business. 88 people came in their business last week, and D, Angie, Annalisa, all of them. There's a lot of y'all. No, I can't name you all, so don't get mad at me. That's the cause of that. It's not just one person, it's a group of people. And D's the big part of that. But what I love about Chad and D is they have immediately, what has it been, 2 years now, right, D? Came into the first leader. Yeah, 1 year, that's it? Oh my gosh. So she's qualified for 2 leadership retreats in a year. How ironic. The first one she did in like 2 weeks, so 3 weeks, whatever it was. And we got snowed in. But immediately on that trip, everybody fell in love with Chad and Dee. And she's just been a rock star. She's been an example of what this profession can be for people, but also what you should be for other people. She's loved. And I just want you to share what's happened over the last week. You've had a lot of experience in network marketing. You've earned a lot of money. She came from one of the big companies, New Skin, to come here. And I think that was a good choice, right, Dee?
Very good choice. Yes.
I guess
And
that's that is actually I think two-pronged question. From the team aspect of what you've seen the last year, and also now with being a product person for a long time, what have you seen the last week, and where do you see that? But combined of what you've seen on this team for the last year with your experience and your prior experience.
Yeah, I mean, for one, the people. We really are about the people. We care. We want to help you. We're not just trying to sign you up. I mean, sometimes you get those people on the phone. Oh, of course you want to sign me up. You want to make a buck off me. Like, no, like you're coming in with a $200 pack. I really want to change your life. And if you don't make a dollar, we don't make a dime. We care. We want to impact people's lives. And I think that's like Angie kind of like said it too. When we are helping all these people, it's a really good feeling, and it gets addicting, and I mean, I could be the first person to say, like, whenever some days are just so emotional, and I'll send Danielle a message and I'll be like crying, being like, I thank you, I love you so much that you like didn't give up on me. Because if you think about it, I think she got me, maybe, try to get me on a call 7 times or so. And I just thank her for that. And she's always just like, oh my gosh, you're gonna make me cry. I mean, it's a sisterhood, it's a brotherhood. We're all very, very close, and I'm so excited for people to get to next level, to really feel that energy in the room from everyone. Because, like I said, I mean, my very first, I just signed up. I was lucky enough to just sneak in and get into that retreat. And then on top of it, next level for me last year, I got to see everyone's heart, like everyone. And it was just such a great experience.
So, what in your experience? How long have you been in the profession now, D?
So this will be my 6th year.
6 year at a high level, recruited a lot of people. What in this past week, with your experience, do you see with GLP, kind of reflect on the last week, but also what do you see in the future with this product and from kind of the conversations that you're seeing?
Yeah, I mean, the conversations that I've never ever had leaders in other companies message me over a product post. I was very hesitant because with New Skin, it was a lot of that. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just, share the opportunity. But when something like this falls into our lap, I mean, if we don't share it and we don't show people what it is and grab their attention with something like this, I mean, somebody else is going to put that into their hand, and you're going to lose, a customer, a potential business partner, and they may end up with someone that's not going to like care about them like Ucrew does. So I think it's like it's our job to make sure that we are telling every single person. And when I'm having these conversations, they're like, I went back and I looked at, I actually signed 2 different people up from 2 massive companies. And one of them is officially in today. And the one thing that I really will tell you that I hear from all of them is the same thing: is there's absolutely nothing like this. And if people copy us, they don't have the absorption technologies that we do. So they're always going to be next best, right? And the fact that we have something like this that we can also offer, like think of the $54 billion industry. Think about all those people that are not feeling good. I mean, we're able to tell them that they can take this while taking the other thing and wean themselves off the stuff that's not good for them, and give them a shot at, feeling their best self again. So there's 2 different angles of looking at it. Like, the opportunity obviously is like insane, but the fact that you're actually know that you're sharing from the goodness of your heart because you're really going to help people, that is
Mhm.
like a big time drive for me.
Amen. So, and say someone's watching, they're new to the team, new to the profession, and like me, 10 years ago, I didn't have much of a social media presence, and they're saying, well, how can I share? Well, I don't believe that your team's only sharing on social media, right? So what would you say to that person? It's kind of like going back to the contacting and inviting, right? That what y'all are doing, like what we teach people to do?
Yes, I always tell everyone, like, take the yes, share, take the yes, and then go back and follow the system, because honestly the system's worked for me. I've been able to build something that I had to do over a 5-year period in another company. So right there, I've seen the results. I understand that this is the best way. And on top of it, the people that have never done network marketing, like Danielle Furlong, I mean, she would have had no idea if you told her to just, put up a post. Because the thing is, like, if you're just going to put up a post, put up a post, put up a post, eventually it's just going to be like, okay, like people don't want to just keep seeing product picture. I'll always tell people it's 80% you. You're selling your lifestyle, your beliefs, all the things, 20% product. But the most important thing is for them right now to hear it in your voice, to see it, get in your messages and talk to people. I had somebody, not answer me, not answer me in a three-way chat. And the one person's like, I don't understand. Like, she was so interested. I'm like, well, she's probably just busy, but have you picked up the phone to call her? No, I'm like, okay, well, I'm calling her right now. Like, just don't be afraid to just put yourself out there and be like, listen, I want to do this because I mean, for instance, like, Rose just brought in a doctor this week, a nurse, a massive leader in another company. You're missing out every time you're like thinking about what like getting in your own head, these people, you got to let them know like this timing is still urgent for you because we're about to hit momentum and we have top leaders coming in, doctors, people that are, incredible brand ambassadors from other companies that know what they're doing. So I'm just telling you, like right now, you have to work a little bit fast. You have to kind of put other things aside like your laundry and all the things because I know I'm in two renos in my house right now. Trust me, I'm like freaking out. And I'm just like, no, I'm not. I'm gonna just be focused and get this done. But guys, I'm telling you right now, if you do not reach out to somebody, somebody is, and this is gonna blow up like wildfire in the next like 3 to 6 months. So don't be afraid. Don't think that it's not gonna happen when you're like, dang, I've been talking to that girl and so got it. I mean, all of our algorithms connected. It happens all the time. People message me and I see that, oh, I've got like a friend request. Oh, they're friends with all these people. And I'm like, hey, are you in Ucrew? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, somebody forgot to share something with you because there's like
Mhm.
five of us in here. So I'm like, oh, do you know this person? Know this person? No, I don't know that person. I think they probably just added me. So like that's
Wow.
another thing, right? We've got to like now is the time. You got to be a little bit urgent and a little bit um grit. You need the grit.
So, 30 seconds to 1 minute. Someone's on the edge of coming to the next level. Next level was a huge breakthrough for you, and your some of your people on your team. And what would you say, really quick to someone that's thinking about, is it worth it or should I go? Is it something that they should go to, or what's your feeling on coming
Yeah, I mean,
from your experience, right?
yeah, I always say, well, if you want to grow, this is the way to grow. You got to be with the people that are already winning, and that's how you learn. Like I want to be at the table with like I want to be the dumbest person at that table and learn everything I can. And in that room, in that little amount of time, oh my gosh, you're gonna learn so much. Your head's gonna explode and you're gonna go back like wildfire. And on top of that, so is your team. And what is that?
Mm,
That's gonna level everybody up.
amen.
There's a
All right,
lot of
D.
work that they put in and everybody, Francoise and Ricky do a really great job and we're so lucky to have you guys. So thanks.
You're wonderful. We love you. Thank you.
Love you too.
So, what I wrote down here, think about this. Our biggest revenue earner is Colleen Litsky right here in Jacksonville. Can you get people from posting? Yes. But a lot of times your biggest people aren't going to be from some post. Could it be? Yes. But I think attraction posts are awesome. I also think some of the biggest people that'll come in your business are the ones you reach out to personally. Look at Danielle with D. Danielle reached out to D. So, I mean, I could keep telling you a lot of not a lot of them scenarios. Yes. So, what does that mean? Why do I tell you that part? Because you can fall into just doing the post, but there's some people that won't even see the post. That could be the biggest people to go out and share it the most, right? So make sure that you're contacting people as well, because Colleen didn't contact me for my post. I contacted her, and the rest is history. Now, not only has she made a lot of money, she's like a sister to me. She's family. So what if I didn't send her a message and I only stuck to the Facebook post? That would have been a mistake, right? Tracy Calvert, who's on her team, signed up 15 people last week, I think, 15 or 17. I can't remember the exact number. A lot of numbers in my head. So that would have, like Amy said, big mistake if I didn't. Well, it says Colleen, but shows Amy's face, which is weird. So, if I didn't, reach out to people on the phone, so, what would I tell you? And everybody has their own way of build. Your leader person brought you in might tell you to only do posting. That's fine. This is just my opinion. Everybody, I'm not right on everything. Okay. But I would say you're reaching out to people through text message, in conversations, and also if you have social media posting. That three-pronged approach, I think you're going to have a lot of interest, which equals success. Well, what does three-pronged approach do? It just increases conversations. The more conversations you have, the more people that you're going to have on the products, and the more people you can get on the products now. This product is open to every demographic. It's safe for kids. Think about that. That's huge. There's a lot of kids that aren't going to eat cardboard diet. So if they can take this product and lose weight and quiet the noise in their stomach, it's going to help them, and it's safe. So that's pretty powerful. And lastly, if I bring on the last guest here, 3 is positioned perfectly. A lot of companies do this, I think, backwards. They come out with the bottle rocket or the explosion first, and they're not well placed. What do I mean by that? They're not foundationally sound. I believe all businesses should be foundationally sound before they, as a general contractor, before I go vertical, I have to go as deep in the earth as the foundation to hold that vertical building. What does that mean? That means this company could have came out with a very hot product, and they could have had logistic issues. They could have had product issues. They could have had all kind of issues. But also, one big thing I see in this profession, if a company comes out with a really hot product at first, a lot of times they're only known for that product. And when that happens, it's hard for that company to get out of just being known for that one product. Therefore, it's hard for you to have a widely open passive income. So now the company's solid, foundation built. Products are shipping most of the time 3 days when it's not a new product from either Memphis or Utah. That's pretty phenomenal. Most companies, they should only ship out of one place, especially a company that's 2 years old. And these companies are now, this company is, they're having like in the United States, so Canadians don't kill me, I get in trouble. In the United States, they typically get them in 3 days. And that is phenomenal, because what is happening when people are excited on opportunity, product, they want the product quickly because of Amazon, right? So now the company got all that logistics, they got the foundation set, everything running smoothly. They come out with a product that no one else has, a game changer, and then they can handle the most important part, the momentum. And you don't have people frustrated, you have people excited. And that's kind of high level, but I want you to understand that you're in such a good position. If you're starting to build this now, or you're just coming in, not only just on the leadership side of this team and the hearts of this team, but also corporate wise in the foundation that is set to handle what's about to happen in this company. And many network marketers are on here and can comment how important that is, because there's nothing like a company not being able to deliver in this profession and deliver on that momentum, and then the company can actually lose that excitement. So the next person I want to bring on, I think it's a very powerful story because she's brand new to the profession. And this is going to be really fun trying to find her with 160 people on here. Hi, hey, Britt. I see you. Add. All right, so you have to unmute.
Okay, here
All
I am.
right. So we got Britt Heron. I just want to say this. When I got on the phone with Britt, one thing, I don't know if it's God, I don't know if it's because I had thousands of employees or done this at somewhat of a high level. Just been around people my whole life in ministry as well, but I can tell literally in about 5 seconds what kind of person someone is. And everybody, Angie, Danielle, Dee, all of people I get around. And I knew immediately on the phone this was another Danielle Furlong. Her presence, her personality, her coachability. She's extremely coachable, but you don't have to tell you. She'll ask you what to do and then just does it. And she's signed up like 30 people in like very short amount of time. So you're seeing someone that is brand new to the profession. So, when a new person comes in the profession, I think instinctively as humans, we try to figure everything out before we try to move fast, right? And Britt's been the opposite of that. She's kind of moved. And this is very good because training doesn't recruit, recruiting trains. So she's figuring it out as she recruits, and that is the best way to do it. And super impressed, Britt. She's coming to the next level. You'll get to hear her as well. I just thought the perspective from you to share with the team, someone that's never done this, but also your experience now that you are involved, the help you're getting, and also what you're seeing from, being in network marketing, but also this company and now GLP. And also like, let's start with like, what's your background so people know, hey, like a lot of people, busy, I don't want to steal your thunder. You can tell them your background. And, I gave you a lot of questions. So if you forget them, I can repeat them.
Oh gosh, yeah. So thanks. First of all, I'm really humbled, man. The other people, I just want to sit at their feet on this call, and I'm just so thankful to, have so much to soak up from all of you guys. It's incredible, really. I feel like I'm learning so much so fast, and just thankful to be here. So, yeah, my background, I was an educator. I was a teacher. I worked also in sales for in the education space for a while before I had kids. And then I became a birth doula and an evidence-based birth instructor when I had kids. And so now I'm juggling that job and caretaking for my kids and trying to be a present mom. And so, really I came into this just being I'm kind of a health and wellness nerd. And so that's my background. I love reading the clinical studies and reading the ingredients and doing all the things. So I came in with a huge passion for it and kind of a knowledge base I'd built. But to be really honest, I was like a no never to network marketing. I had the stigma. I was so blinders on about it. And God just like spun me around in a 180 to just say, this is the door, Britt. Like I've prepared you for this. I've set this opportunity. I've crossed your paths with someone who is an incredible leader in Danielle, but also just an amazing friend. And so I'm like, okay, God, I'm following. I'm putting one foot in front of the other and just going for it.
Yeah. So so since you've been in, and it's kind of your first time ever building network marketing, what is your perspective from the product side to the company side, but also kind of like the team side? Because, when you go fast, a lot of people are like, they're spinning a bunch of plates, don't know what to do, and they feel lost. I don't think that's been your experience.
Yeah, I think I just walked in and followed the system at first, like just
Mhm.
really just executed the system, basic 101, did what the training told me. And then I think a lot came from I'm just so grateful for Danielle. I feel like she had enough vision to help share that vision with me, for the company, for the impact, but also for me as a human, like you can do this. Like, and she said to me, early on, like I can tell that you are really primed to dive into this, but I can tell there's some fear. Um, if you can't build that posture right away, like that posture and that vision, like borrow some of mine until you develop yours. And that's what I did. I just kept like following what she told me to do and kind of taking the nuggets of wisdom and honestly the belief in myself. And then very quickly, um, I've had times just in the last week since this GLP-1 launch that I find myself really believing and saying things like, like I'm building the posture, man. Like I'm really, able to walk in it really quickly, just putting one foot in front of the other. But like you said, kind of learning on the go. Just
Yeah,
do
and
it.
that's what's beautiful about the right team. And that's what, people call it the system. Honestly, it's support. I don't like
Yeah.
system. It sounds like I'm telling you what to do. I like support. I'm sorry I'm in the dark. This is the fun part of having kids. My daughter walks by, unplugs the light. They're back on. Thank God, Mom. Now I'm back off. So, look, if we can build this, anybody can. So, it's the core, like the box, push the cords together and turn it, the box. Uh, Um, so, the support that you get on this team is really what we don't force, but we know that it's needed for a new person. They're apprehensive, they're fear of the unknown, which we're all the same pretty practically, right? But also you're a stay-at-home mom, you're super busy, right?
Yeah. Yeah, to say the least.
How many kids?
I have 3 kids.
3 kids. And so you're able to still do this and fit it in, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I love that it's something that I can do in the nooks and crannies of my day. And I'll share that when it comes to the business side, at the beginning I was just loving the product. So I was sharing it with people I saw in real life. Like I had my tennis teammates signing up and my cousin and my brother and my, just because I love the product and I was sharing in person. But really quickly, I feel like the Lord put on my heart, and this has been true for me as an educator, for me in my other sales jobs, wanting to figure out what's the most efficient way to have the biggest impact. And this industry is literally made for that. Like, I don't have to just share product with one person here and one person there and change their health and change their life. Like, I can be bringing on people and providers that are going to have just exponential impact on people's lives.
Mm.
And the fact that this company and this industry is built to do that, it's like, yeah, I'm spending pockets of time in my day because I'm busy mom with kids, but I'm not, by really, I feel like the flip switched in my mind. You don't have to sell product, you sell this opportunity because it's an incredible
Mhm.
opportunity. And that's how in the 1 hour I have free on a Wednesday, instead of just, blessing a few people with some amazing products, I can eventually bless, exponentially greater, number of people with this. And that's really inspiring and motivating and really shifted the way I outreach too. It kind of gave me a different posture to be able to really outreach, to build and share the business side. Whereas at first I feel like just because my wheelhouse was product and science and
Mhm.
helping people be in their best health, that's naturally what I started doing. And then it just clicked and changed for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if your whole without posture lasted much longer because anybody watching the Zoom knows you have plenty of posture, which is awesome. But that came from the support, right? That came
Absolutely.
from, someone willing to hold your hand, lock arms and help you until you got to them. And I always use this analogy. It's like, Bill running, teaching his daughter how to ride a bicycle, right? He's running beside her. Why? Because he doesn't want to hit the concrete. And it's the same thing the support system does. It's really so people can have someone hold the handlebars, hold the seat. So, the falls, the slips are not as hard. And then they can gain the confidence eventually doing their own. And now you can see you're eventually very soon, and you're already doing your own connects, all your stuff. So it's just a beautiful part of this profession. And someone might be on here and go, "Well, I don't like clinical studies." Great, I don't read the clinical studies, and I've been able to make a lot of money. Britt loves the clinical studies; she's going to make a lot of money. It doesn't matter what type you are. What is the type to build this business? Just the ones that go out and share it with the exponential thought that she just explained. She doesn't even know she's explaining it like that, but she is explaining it like that. The products inadvertently get in more households if you go out and share it, because if you share an opportunity or you just share a product, you can do both. But if you share it, there's an opportunity with it, then guess what? The product gets in more households. You affect more people's health, which is awesome. So, Britt, you're going to do phenomenal here. You already have. Danielle is beaming about you, and she's just thank God that he brought you into her business. We feel the same, honored and blessed. And guess what? We get to see you in person in a week. But as we go, what is your thoughts on GLP? What have you?
I'm so pumped. I before we launched this, I just personally had, dove deep on, what's out there and how to use it, and just the wellness benefits even beyond weight loss of peptides. But as someone who's like very wary of synthetics, and there's a time and place for everything. But for me, I would have much preferred. I was on a weight loss journey after having my third baby, and to now know that I could use this as an all natural tool. I know so many of my friends are just dying to have something that's not the shot, that can help them
Hmm.
in this way, but that's gentler, that's safer, that has less side effects. And so, yeah, it has me running. And I said I would never share on social media, and I was encouraged by the call last week. And I shared a very vulnerable post on social media that I said I would never share. I took before and after pictures of my weight loss journey and shared some vulnerable things. And I'm like, I cannot believe these pictures are on the internet. But I had my inbox was flooded. I had, 80 comments, and, I've had a billion conversations in my DMs, my phone's pinging all the time, just from one post from it. And so, like I said, for those people who are, like me, I was pretty skeptical. I was like, I'm going to build my business, not really using that tool very much, but it was the time, man. It was the time and the place to use that tool. So if you're hesitant, someone inspired me on the last coaching call last week. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. And people are
Hey,
dying for this.
Amy can pull out the best of you. That's what one of her biggest gifts are. And
Yeah.
I think what's so powerful about Amy, she teaches people to be vulnerable, because being vulnerable really speaks to other people. They're scared to be vulnerable, right? And when you kind of break down that wall, and that's really the only thing that's holding a lot of people back from this profession. There's a wall, and it's imaginary. And when you are vulnerable, it brings down the wall. And I was proud of you. I seen that post, and I mean, I used to be fat too, so I need to do mine. So, I mean, my wife got pregnant. I got pregnant too. I mean, people won't even believe the picture. So I looked like a butterball ham or turkey. So, I got up to over 200 pounds. I'm 180. So, when I see someone do that, I go, man. That is awesome, because they have to say no. You had to say no to voices, and you say that's the same voices that hold everybody back from God's purpose and plan for them. It's the
Can
same
I
kind
just
of.
plug something Angie said earlier? I
Mhm.
know we're over time, but she said something about like the attacks that come,
Mhm.
and that we have to combat that with truth. And I won't go into it deeply, but I just had a really, really disheartening something I saw on social media that was very pointed today, kind of attacking MLMs and basically kind of being like, be skeptical. If you see something that's too good to be true, it is, and it was from someone who I really love and respected. And it really hurt me, like personally, to be honest. I was like, oh, is she accusing me of just like trying to get people's money? And I felt like no, she wasn't attacking. I mean, it felt attack from her, but it was the enemy. Like it's so much bigger. And so, very quickly just being able to just be like, okay, what is true? The truth is, I love people and I want to bless them with good health. I love people and I want to bless them with opportunities to be present with their family while generating an income. Like there, the list goes on and on and on. Why anything that attack came through was not true. It was not truth.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, just reminding people that, if you're discouraged, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling just wait, what is this fear? Is it coming from a place of truth? Is it coming from a place of love? Is it coming from a place of what the Lord has for me today? Like, probably not. And let's just rebuke it and let it go and move on, because um, we can't let those
Mhm.
attacks land. We just gotta like block up with truth. And
I think we got
when she said truth,
some
I was
women
like,
preachers on this team. So I think Brittany's going to start preaching. Anybody wants to stay over? She's going to have a church service for you guys. So
a prayer
very
circle
powerful.
after this.
Yeah, hey, I'm down for. Hey, we're baptizing Alicia over here before next level, the day before next level. So we're doing impact all the way around. So appreciate you, love you, Brittany. We'll see you in a week. Thank you. Did phenomenal. So, guys, you see the impact we're making. I could bring on people after people after people. Here's what I'll close with. You can. And for such a time as this, you are placed here to do phenomenal things. And you have people that believe in you from all walks of life, all types. There is no type. I think our mind tells us there's a type for this profession. No, you are the type. God said we can do all things through Christ that strengthens us. And it's up to you to believe that and to get your strength. If you can't find it in yourself, you can find it from a source. Been many times in my life where I had to find it somewhere else, and it wasn't through me, it was through the divine. And I just want to say that my wife and I are humbled, we're blessed, we're honored that you're on this journey with us. And this year is going to be a year of victory. But to have victory, sometimes you're going to have to fight. And you're going to have to fight a lot of times your own self and posts like what Britt read. The enemy doesn't want you to win. He doesn't want you to have victory. And he comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But on this team, we're going to rebuke him and we're going to help a lot of people. I know it's late. And I just want to say thank you for spending over an hour with us tonight. And thank you for everybody that got on this Zoom. The future is extremely bright. And this year, a lot of dreams are going to become reality. And through them dreams, someone else is going to believe in theirs. And that's what I love about this profession. Thank you all. Have a wonderful, blessed night and week. And for everybody that's coming to Jacksonville, I pray a hedge of protection around you, your family, even while you're gone, and that you come here, that you're not attacked, and your mind is open, your heart, your soul, and your body, and that you're forever changed, and your health is protected, and so is your family. In Jesus' name, amen.